What should my lesson plan look like? I'm just going to walk you through what this looks like. I'll give you some background information at the top. So this is for a third grade group of students, 23 of them. It's going to be a virtual demo lesson, and the lesson is 25 minutes long. Title, Facts versus Opinions. Got my objectives. Students will be able to identify 3 fact-based statements. See, I have my time on the left side of this column. Administrators are looking for that. Start off with a warm-up. Students are going to write down and fill in the following sentence. My friend or mother, grandfather, favorite color is blank. Students will hold up their completed sentence to the camera when they are finished. Now, virtual folks who are going to do a virtual demo, this isn't because I'm going to look into my camera in that Brady Bunch grid and try to grade each person's paper. This is just one of those checks to make sure that students are involved, that they are doing what I've asked them to do. You can't walk around the classroom to see that every kid has written down everything, but just holding up that piece of paper gives you that opportunity to say, thank you, Juwan, I see you, excellent. Thank you, Grace. All right, Naima, excellent. And notice that I just started saying people's names, right? Even if you're in that virtual demo setting and you don't know these kids yet, you see their names at the bottom of their screen, use their names. That's one of those ways of building relationship instantly. Next, teacher will call out names in gratitude to acknowledge and confirm completion. Teacher will ask if anybody used a friend from this class and for the student to share whole group. Before the second student confirms the color, teacher will ask the first student if they are 100% sure and how they know that answer. The expected answers, students will probably say because they told me, which would be a fact, or opinion because they always wear that color. Based on the outcome, the teacher will identify the student's statement as a fact or an opinion, and then ask if anyone knows the difference between a fact and opinion. Notice this interactive nature right here. I'm getting students to answer the question publicly. I'm having students engage in a small little dialogue that might be a little funny. And then here, I'm asking the entire class, do they know the difference between fact and opinion? Perfect time for a turn and talk. Perfect time for a pair share. Ask your neighbor what's the difference between fact and opinion. Oh, and virtual folks, hey, write in the chat what you think the difference between fact and opinion is. That's how we keep it engaged and still make sure that students are talking to one another. Next, going into my guided instruction, teacher will ask students to copy down the 2 definitions and examples for fact and opinion. So students are going to do a little bit of writing here, that's fine. Facts are statements that we know to be true. Opinions are your beliefs about something and might not be true for everyone. Teacher will ask why it is important to know the difference, then show an example. All dogs are mean and aggressive versus all dogs walk on 4 legs. Teacher will show 3 statements on the board. The statements will be about pop culture icons. Keep it interesting, keep it relevant for them. For the first statement, a teacher will explain if it is fact or opinion and explain why. I do. Lesson plan, folks. This is my I do, the I do, we do, you do structure. Say it again. For the first statement, the teacher will explain if the statement is fact or opinion and explain why. For the second statement, the teacher will ask the student to explain. We do. For the third statement, the teacher will ask the student to explain. So I've answered if it's fact or opinion. The student is explaining why it's fact or opinion. So we've done I do, now we're going we do. Lastly, for the fourth statement, the teacher will ask students to type their answer into the chat if they think it's fact or opinion and why. And there is the you do. So I'm showing these administrators, hey, I've modeled for these students what they need to do. I've worked on it with them a couple of times, and now I'm giving them the opportunity to show that they know what's going on. This is my check for understanding moment. And I'm going to give another one right after. CFU, 5 minutes. Teacher will send 2 fact versus opinion statements to the whole class via a poll, then review the answers and reasoning with the class via student volunteers. So I'm engaging them, it's more interactive. They're using a poll. They've already used the chat. And then I'm going to ask the students for volunteers to explain their reasoning. Lastly, exit ticket, just 1 question. Teacher will send 1 more poll to students, then give them instructions for what to do when they are done. and that is my 25-minute lesson. My exit ticket, my assessment piece is a poll, so I'm going to get that data back. And you're going to need that in the debrief session for your demo lesson. Notice one little pro tip at the bottom or the end of my lesson plan. It says, then give them instructions for what to do next. A lot of folks will get to the end of their demo lesson and then you're like, I did it, or what's next? Go ahead and say, all right, and once you finish that, put your eyes on Mr. Whoever, and he's going to give you your next instructions. Go ahead and pass that mic directly to somebody. Like make that statement of you are off the screen, that you are now off out of the space as facilitator.